Good morning. Welcome to your yoga practice. Sticking with this week's theme of the earth element, our yoga practice today is going to be focused on the grounding or earthing technique. If you've not heard of this technique before, it simply involves connecting the human body to the earth's natural charge. And when we do so, we can really focus on improving our overall well-being and stabilizing our physiology. Don't take my word for it. There's actually been some 20 studies carried out that has shown the significant improvement that grounding can have on your body. They've proven that it reduces stress, anxiety, and inflammation in the body, to improving your blood flow and improving your sleep. And I mean, who doesn't want improved sleep? So this technique is best practiced outside, walking barefoot on the earth. But there's also some things that we can do to incorporate it into your yoga practice, even if you're indoors today. So with that in mind, I invite you to make your way to a child's pose. So that's big toes touching, knees as wide as the mat or a little less, whatever's comfortable. Bringing that sit bone back to your heels. Arms out in front of you, flat on the mat, forehead to the mat. And we're going to begin by bringing your awareness inwards, grounding into your mat this morning. Going to take a few deep breaths together, inhaling through your nose, expanding your belly, filling your lungs with air, and exhale through your mouth, letting it all go. Gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, letting everything go. Nowhere to be, nothing to do, except your yoga this morning. If you're working with an intention or an affirmation, I invite you to say that to yourself quietly now. Maybe you want to be a little bit more present. Maybe you want to show some more self-love or compassion. Continue with your deep belly breathing, but with your mouth closed. And make your way to a tabletop position. So stacking your hips over your knees, your shoulders are over your elbows and over your wrists. The eyes of your elbows are looking towards one another, keeping a slight bend in the elbows. Tucking your belly button in and up to get that nice long spine. And when you're ready, we're going to move through some cat-cows. So drop your belly, look up towards the sky on the inhale. Exhale, round, look towards your belly button. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round your spine, look towards your belly button. And you know where you're going now, so move through a few more of these. Please invite in any additional movement that you might want this morning. What feels good for you to warm up the main line of your body. Maybe swaying the hips from one side and then the other. Coming back to tabletop. From here, you're going to extend your right leg back, engaging your glutes, pointing your toes down, looking for pressure in your hands, engaging your core, looking for one long line from the crown of your head to the heel of your foot. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. And exhale, knee to your nose, and hold here. Returning to tabletop. Fixing your alignment. And we're going to take that on the other side. So inhale, extend your left leg back this time. Engage your glute. Push down through your hands so you have that arch in the top of your back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. And squeeze here for a breath. And return to tabletop. Maybe take another cat-cow. Back to tabletop. And this time you're going to bring your hands one hand length in front of you. Curl your toes under. Lift your sit bones up to the sky on your tippy toes, and then press your heels down towards the earth for your first downward facing dog of the day. Hands are slightly wider than your shoulders, pressing down through the knuckles of your fingers, looking for that long spine. Keeping a big bend in your knees if you need, that's okay. Our bones and muscles are very tight first thing in the morning. You would notice a difference doing yoga in the morning to doing it in the afternoon. You're going to be a little tighter, and that's no problem. Bending your knees, looking forward, and slowly walking your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat, hip distance apart, and falling forward here. Maybe grabbing a hold of your elbows for ragdoll, and really letting gravity do the work here. Maybe taking a sway from one side and then the other. Maybe shaking your head, yes and no. Releasing your elbows if you had them. And slowly, one conscious vertebrae at a time, rolling up to standing. Your head is the last thing to come up. Then you're going to inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, look up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Bringing your hands to your side for Tadasana, mountain pose. So again, we're going to take a moment here to check in with your alignment. Lifting your 10 toes off the mat, spreading them if you can, placing them back down. Thinking about driving those four corners of your feet into the earth for grounding. Maybe lifting the arch of your feet up a little, engaging the arch. When we have our grounding and feet right, all the poses are going to work better from here. Hands facing out, slight tuck of your chin. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands to your shins or wherever feels comfortable so that you can get a long spine. Really engaging your lower abdomen here. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your right foot back, your left foot back, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale forward for baby cobra. Lifting just your back and the top of your back off the mat. Feet are pressed into the mat. Pelvis into the mat. And exhale through tabletop back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose and step your foot between your hands. You can actually lift your heel and bring it forward if you need. Dropping this back foot down at a 45-degree angle. And you're going to slowly rise up for warrior one. So your hips are facing the front of the room, pressing down through that outside edge of your back foot. Arms to the sky, lifting that belly button in and up. A good bend in your front knee. Inhale, think about lifting up and out. Exhale, grounding those feet down into the earth. One more round. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left for high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin come to the mat. Inhale, rolling forward for your baby cobra. Exhale through tabletop back to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose and step your foot between your hands. Again, walking it forward if you need. Back foot comes down at a 45-degree angle. Coming up for warrior one on this side. Again, check in with your alignment. Hips to the front. Knee is bent. Pressing down through the pinky toe side of that back leg. Arms to the sky. Shoulders relax. And just enjoying your warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right. High plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we move through our flows today, if you ever want to skip them, you can go straight to downward facing dog. You can take a child's pose when you need. Or I'm going to be introducing your chaturanga a bit later in the videos, but if that's already something you practice, please go ahead and introduce that. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and walk to the front of your mat. Forward fold here. And slowly roll up, rise up to standing. Arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands to your side, Tadasana. And just take a moment here to check in what it feels like in your body right now. How has your breath changed from the beginning of practice? Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale for a flat back, hands to shins or to the mat. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your left leg back, your right leg back. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale forward for baby cobra. If you want to take it a little further, you can press your hands into the mat for king cobra, keeping the tops of your feet pressed into the mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee and think about opening your hips out to the right hand side here. Making sure that your shoulders stay aligned. Maybe keeping your foot flexed or take a few circles. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose and step your foot between your hands. Keeping your feet as they are this time on train tracks. You're going to rise up, this time for a high lunge. If you wobble on the way up, that's okay. And you want to think about keeping your back heel and the ball of your foot in a line. Front knee is bent. Legs are strong and engaged. Reaching your arms up to the sky. Lifting that belly button up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the crown of your head forward. And on the exhale, you're going to take your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. I'll come around this side. So that left elbow on the outside of your right knee, and you're working the prayer in towards your sternum. So you might not get there, but that's the idea. And the twist is coming from your belly button. Looking over your right shoulder. And on the inhale, you're going to rise back up to a high lunge. And on the exhale, you're going to step the back foot forward to meet the right. Tadasana. And from here, we're going to take tree pose. So it's a balancing pose. So by shifting the weight into your left foot, you're going to bring your right foot. You can either press it up against your ankle here, against your calf here, or if you want to lift it up and place it on the inside of your left thigh, just making sure to avoid the knee joint. Hands to prayer. Making sure to pick a point in the floor in front of you as your drishti. It's going to help you with your balance. Engaging your core and your thigh. And slowly releasing, shaking it out a little, coming to your Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back, your right foot back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale for baby cobra or king cobra. Opening your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remembering that you're looking for a long spine. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hips to the left this time. Checking that your shoulders are still in a line. Maybe taking some twists of the ankle in one direction and then in the other. Extending your left leg back and bringing your knee through to your nose, stepping your foot between your hands. Again, checking in with your alignment, feet are on train tracks. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. On the inhale, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching the crown of your head to the front of the room. Exhale, bringing your right elbow on the outside of your left knee this time. Looking over your left shoulder. The twist coming from behind your belly button. Inhale, back up, high lunge. And exhale, step that back foot forward to meet the front. And we're going to take tree pose on the other side. So Tadasana, grounding down into your mat. Shifting the weight into your right leg this time. Taking it to your ankle, to the inside of your right calf. Or making sure to skip the knee and coming up into the inside of your right thigh. Hands to prayer. Wobbles welcome. Picking that drishti in front of you. Maybe this time you want to open up your arm and grow some branches. Moving in the wind. having a play. And when you're ready, coming back to standing. We shake it out a little. Back to your Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Look up. Exhale, forward fold from the hips. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. High plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale for baby cobra or king cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the mat and coming to sit on your heels. You're going to curl your toes under, keeping your curls toed under for hero pose. So this is really good for stretching out your feet, which improves your connection to the earth. For some people, if you don't do this very often, it can be very painful. So you can just bring your hands to the mat here to take the pressure off. Just taking a moment here. Are you still doing your deep belly breathing? Everybody bringing their hands to the mat now. And shifting your feet out to the left, coming to sit on your right. Coming to seated position. Bringing your feet out in front of you. Flexing your feet. Maybe shifting your bum flesh out from underneath your sit bones. Gonna inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, you're gonna once again hinge from your hips, looking forward, just letting your hands fall wherever they do. Maybe that's on your heels. Maybe you want to grab a hold of your big toes with your peace fingers or your shins, wherever they lean. And on the inhale, you're looking to lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, bringing that belly button back towards your spine to see if it can give you a bit more space to get a little deeper into the pose. And once you find your edge, just being there for a moment or two. Where do you feel the stretch? Is it your lower back? Is it your hamstrings? Is it all of the above? Slowly releasing your hands. Coming back to seated. And then you're going to slowly lower to the mat for 5, for 4, engaging your core for 3, for 2, for 1.5, and 1. Coming down to the mat. Bringing your hands flat to the mat here. Walking, bending your knees and bringing the soles of your feet hip distance apart and close enough so that you can tickle the backs of your feet with your fingertips. Bringing your hands flat on the mat. I'm going to go for bridge pose this morning. So if you do happen to have a block and you would like to take a restorative pose here, you can just place the block underneath your sacrum. And that's it. If you would like to try bridge pose today, placing your hands flat on the mat, and on the inhale, you're going to roll up, lower back, middle back, and upper back, pressing your heels into the mat. Maybe this is enough for you today, or if you'd like to go a little further, you can roll onto your shoulders, interlace your hands underneath your sacrum, pressing your heels down, keeping your chin tucked. And take a few breaths here, making sure that your knees aren't splaying out. Taking the interlace out, coming back out the same way you went in. Shoulders, upper back, middle back, and lower back. Then maybe you want to windscreen wiper your knees from one side and then the other. If you're in restorative bridge pose, you can stay in restorative. If you want to take another bridge pose, you can do that. Or if a wheel pose is in your practice, or you feel strong enough and would like to play around with trying a wheel, you're invited to do so now. So setting up the same way, feet hip distance apart, tickling your heels with your fingers. And this time, if you're going into wheel, you're going to bring your hands to either side of your ears. Got my hair. And the same way that you go into bridge pose, rolling your lower, middle, upper, and then pushing your head off the mat. Always making sure that you reserve enough energy to come out of the pose safely. Maybe bringing your head through your arms. Maybe rolling onto your toes or the heel of your foot or the ball of your foot feels better. And then when you're ready, slowly head, shoulders, upper, middle, and lower. Bringing your hands into your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, maybe taking a few circles to massage out all the work you did in that lower back. Always want to counteract the poses, even in your cell sides. Now we're going to do a happy baby. So bringing the soles of your feet to the sky, either holding on to the backs of your thighs here, holding on to your shins, the outside edges of your feet, or if you want to do, I like to hold on to my big toes with my peace fingers. And the idea here is working your knees in towards your armpits, but you got to make sure that you keep your lower back on the mat. And you can be in stillness here, or you can start to sway from side to side, just like a happy little baby. Tuning in to wherever you feel the stretch. When you're ready, you're going to release the pose, and you're going to make your way into a child's or a savasana, the final pose of today's practice. Letting your hands sprawl out to the side, letting your feet flop out to the edges of your mat. Letting go if you're holding on to a focused, deep belly breathing throughout your practice. Maybe bringing your awareness back to that intention or affirmation that you said to yourself at the beginning of class. Slowly and gently bringing some awareness into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe rolling your head from one side and then the other. Taking a big stretch with your arms overhead and rolling up into a ball, giving yourself a squeeze and a hug, falling over to whichever side you like this morning. Taking a moment with this closeness to the earth, taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up today. And then making your way into a seated position on your mat, keeping your eyes closed or keeping the gaze low to the floor. Bringing your hands to a prayer at heart center. Maybe repeating your affirmation or intention one more time. Mine today was that I am rooted in the present moment. Namaste.